Sorry.
So, no, you go.
Has it been difficult not having Paddy and Angus around the club? Obviously, it's a little bit strange and obviously close mates.
Yeah, look, they've been a huge part of our club, and obviously really disappointing for Paddy and Gus. And you know, for us, it was a disappointing day. We're just worried about them and thinking about them. But right now, we've just got to move on, and we're going to support them as much as we can as a playing group. And you know, we're a close knit group here, and we're supporting as much as we can, and the club will support them as well. But we're going to move on, and we've got bigger things, and I'm sure they want us to be pretty successful. So.
Absolutely. They've sort of been outcast because of the rulings, but that's the effort that you guys make that make sure they don't feel that way, I suppose.
Yeah, certainly. And look, we still consider them part of the group. There's no doubt about that. And you know, they've been a huge part of the club once since they moved over. They're great people. You know, not only are they great players, but they're great people and really good friends to the majority of the group. And you know, we'll continue to support them for sure.
Have you spoken about, like, as a playing group, about various ways that you can sort of do that in an official way as a group, or is it just you leave it up to individuals?
Look, I think it'll come pretty natural. I mean, you know, they're pretty close with us. Guys will go fishing with them. I know the few boys go out and fish and stuff like that. Like, not much is going to change there, and you know, we'll just be there to support them. And you know, if it means having a dinner with them or whatever, that's what we'll do. But because we're friends as well, it's not just, you know, a footy relationship. It's because we're, you know, close friends with the guys as well.
Will it be hard not to talk football with them?
If it comes up, it comes up. I mean, you know what? You know, not always do we talk about footy. It's you know, it's always different subjects. But you know, if they want to talk footy, we'll talk footy. But look, for us, we'll continue to support them as much as we can, and whatever that is, that is.
What about your responsibilities now to the rest of the playing group? Is it easy just to cast this whole thing aside and move on?
That's what we've got to do, and that's certainly you know, what we've done over the last few days is. You know, we've spoken about how disappointed we are for Gussie and Paddy, but right now we've got to continue to move on. And you know, we went out today and trained extremely well, and that's exactly what we want from the group. And they're ready to improve and get better and have a big season.
Do you drive that? You take it on yourself to drive that?
Oh, I think certainly myself and the leadership group spoke about it and really drove it to the group, but it didn't take too much. You know, they know that we're going to support Paddy and Gus as much as we can, but we also know that we've got a job to do, and right now it's getting out there and improving and making sure we have a big 2016.
Trav, Ken Hinkley spoke. He said the players were obviously gutted after it happened. Did you get on the phone or catch up with them pretty quickly afterwards? And
yeah, look, I had a brief chat just through the phone, and you know, just to send them a message saying we're shattered for them, and just to probably you know, a bit of a supporting hand, and I think the majority of the group did that, and you know, they you know, Gussie in his standard Gus way was joking around and always still pretty upbeat, but certainly for them they were gutted, and we're gutted for them. But as I said, we've got to move forward now.
Do you think those two will work together? I don't know how it works, but can they work together to try and keep fit while, you know, like for the next 10 months or 12 months, whatever it is? Yeah,
I'm not sure what they'll do. I haven't spoken about that, and but I'm sure they won't sit around and sit on the couch and watch too much TV. They'll certainly try and keep fit, and whether they do it together or not, I'm not sure what the ruling is there.
Has the way it's all ended driven home to you personally again of how you've got to be really careful about everything that goes into your body?
Yeah, you certainly do, and I mean that's elite sports, you know, and we're continually monitored what we take and what we put into our body, and you know, it's a fine line. You know, we want to improve as much as we can, and you know, you got proteins and all these sort of things these days, but certainly you've got to monitor what you put in your body, but also you've got great people around you, and you really put trust in them, and I think that's where, you know, you've got to continue to work together.
What about planning without them? I mean, have you got a plan B, or are you just sort of back to the drawing board without them, or how does that work?
With losing
those
two?
Without those two,
yeah. Yeah, look, we'll continue to move forward with what we've planned. I don't think we need to go to a plan B. I mean, you know, obviously Paddy was a great ruckman, but certainly Lobes is we consider as a number one ruck at our club, and so he'll continue with that, and that won't change too much. And Gussie, I guess, for his leadership and small forward, then you know, another one needs to come in and stand up, and that's certainly what we're going to do, and just gives more opportunities to some younger players to come in and really step up. And I mean, you sort of consider it as like a long-term injury for these guys, and for someone to come into the group and stand up, and that's, I mean, the good clubs and the clubs that really stand up are the ones that you lose a player, someone comes in and stands up, and that's what we really need.
Trav, what about Charlie Dixon? Is he okay? I think he hurt his knee at training this morning.
I think he got like a little bruise or something on the knee, or it might even just been a hair misplaced or something like that. Carried on like pork chop, but no, look, he's fine. I think he got a little knock, and he continued and finished off the rest of the training session, so he was fine.
Travis, all pre-seasons are a little bit different. Have you noticed any tweaks in the way you train this summer compared to last?
Oh, look, it probably hasn't changed too much. I mean, look, I'd say most sides are doing a lot of stuff really similar, and for us, it's a huge, all about defence, and we want to make sure we get that right, and really knuckling down on team roles and making sure that each player knows their exact role and filling that role well, and that's really all it is. And you know, you continue to push the fitness side of things, and we think we're training extremely hard and another step up from last year. But I'm certain that most clubs are doing that, and so there hasn't been too many tweaks. Just you know, fine tuning and the game plan, and really working on the team roles and the defensive side of our game.
Is it simpler? I think KT was saying that you're looking to simplify the message a bit.
Yeah, we have, and that's certainly been a key from the coaches passing on to the players and the leaders passing on to the rest of the playing group is really simplifying the messages and making sure we get the clear messages and the right language out there all the time, and certainly that's been a really positive sign so far this pre-season.